Tour is brought to you by Volvo.
Hello and welcome to the final round of the Chemapol Trophy Czech Open from Mariánský Lázně. Opened by King Edward VII of England. The course is 90 years old tomorrow. 6,753 yards, a tree-lined parkland par 71, plenty of bunkers and a well-placed pond or two. The course close to the German border, suffering neglect during the Iron Curtain years, now restored to former glories. And the area popular with tourists, they come across the border from the west, and many the 80-mile journey from Prague. There's a feeling of culture in the town of Marienbad, architecture and scenery combining to produce a relaxed, peaceful atmosphere. It's a spa town, weary travellers revived by the waters, and maybe today one or two flagging golfing careers could be lifted by the surroundings. Howard Clark, 41 next week, 5 times a Ryder Cup player, 12 times a Tour winner, but not since 1988. Could the long wait be over? An eagle 3 at 17 in round 3 as the Yorkshireman picked up 7 shots on a magnificent back 9, 13 under. And his total matched by Ronan Rafferty. 2 years since he last won, a share of second in Austria last week, and a birdie here at 17, suggesting that the Ulsterman is close to his best form. Also in contention, the American Peter Teravainen, aching shins, dodgy knees, 14 years on the tour without a win, 16 missed cuts this year, but still chasing the dream. And the Swedes Peter Hedblom and Nicholas Fast also in touch. Big day for Darren Clark, Jose Rivera and Barry Lane, who could still play their way into the Ryder Cup side. This week and next in Stuttgart, the final qualifiers for Bernard Gallagher's side, 10 automatic spots, and 5 of those still up for grabs. Don't rule out Rafferty making a late run into the side. As we prepare to pick up the action, he's leading by 1. 2 under for the day and 1 ahead of Teravainen and Clark. Good rounds already from Lee Westwood, Greg Turner and Klaas Eriksson, who shared second place here last year. Well, this is the 13th longest par 3 on the course, 235 yards, and Rafferty with a long iron, bouncing the ball short on the fairways, which are pretty hard, and running on towards the green. There's his car so far. Solid start for the second day running, opening with a birdie, not making any mistakes to the turn in 32. And at the turn he was well in control. Howard Clark had parred the first 8 and bogey 9, but the Yorkshireman fighting back in this final match of the day by birdieing 10 and 11. And Clark, let me tell you, is a lot closer to the hole after his tee shot. We'll see that in a moment. Big prize fund, £750,000, and if you're going to run into a trot of form over, say, 2 or 3 weeks, this is the week to start. £750,000, and then the Volvo Open, and then the Canon European Masters in the 2 weeks to come.
Oh, it was a bit short, I feel.
He's done spells in the commentary box. He's given his own commentary, so that was always a little bit short. There's Clark. It's a hot, humid day. There was a big chance of a thunderstorm, we were told this morning. That seems to have receded happily. Now how's a look at 17? This really could be a key hole, reachable in 2, but anything less than 2 good shots and you've got problems with plenty of bunkers and water away on to the right. This is Jean-Louis Guépy, the Frenchman, currently 68th in the Volvo Order of Merit. 10 under, 2 under for the day. It's only a long iron to get in. Took that pretty cleanly. Just, ooh, looks that way. You couldn't put that in a worse spot. Back of the bunker. Now Clark, just a little bit bold. Didn't quite have the pace, but encouraging thing, he got it past the hole. He's got to attack. He's got to conquer his own nerves if he's to win. It's been such a long wait. He just must go for it every chance he gets. Still 1 behind. See Peter Hedblom also going well, and Guépy into the top 5. Good rounds today. Mark James looking for Ryder Cup points. Started at 1 over and had a 65 to increase the size of his check. And a par for Rafferty at 13. So still the leader by 1. We've had a round of 67 from Sandy Lyle as well today, started at level. And here's Darren Clark at 15. This hole is drivable. Clark going for it, and it's just a narrow entrance, that's the problem. Now here's Peter Teravainen. What a story this is this week. Many expected him to slide away during the 3rd round. He was just concentrating really on making the cut, pushing himself. Oh, he got a little bit lucky there, almost into the sand. Now it's kicked on and a lot closer than perhaps it deserved to be. Difficult pin placing today. Now Hedblom, 94th in the money list, chasing his best finish of the year, 25-year-old from Sweden. And if you were with us during round 3, we saw some beautiful short game play from bunkers and from around the green. I suspect today will be just the same.
All right, that's fine.
Now Teravainen, who got a medical exemption after finishing 167th in the money list on 1993. He's got problems with his shins, and some medicated bandages bought by his wife from Singapore seem to have eased a very painful condition.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh, again, a very positive putt. You see, he's 169th on the current Volvo order of merit. He's won under £10,000, so I guess he's feeling, well, who knows, but so mine maybe thinking, well, I've maybe not get too many chances like this, I'm going to go for everything. That was a very positive putt. Now at 15, Clark for a birdie. Not the best bunker shot we've seen. See, he's 16th in the Ryder Cup points table, 193,150 points on that Johnny Walker list. And he knows a good finish this week and next week could still make the side. So too could Jose Rivera, who's played a couple of times before. This is a big day for him. It's not really going the way that he would have wished. It began it at 9 under. Played in 1985 and 87. Number of good finishes this year. Second place in Italy and tied second in Spain. Now Gary Orr, former Rookie of the Year. This is for a 68. It's been a good week for the Scot, based in Burr Hill in Surrey now. Going to have to settle for a 69, but he's going to finish at 9 under. And a par for Peter Teravainen at 14. Positive first putt. In he goes, and he's still just one behind, sharing second place with Howard Clark. But Ronan Rafferty still that precious one-shot lead as he chases his first win in over 2 years. Tied second last week in Austria. Can he go better this time round? Geppy looking for a big check as well, likewise Hedblom. And Nick Fash a chance to win enough prize money to secure his card for next year. Lee Westwood in with a useful round of 66. Greg Turner 67. So plenty of action still to come. Sam Torrance still top of the order of merit, and we'll be back. Peter Teravainen sharing second place. Now this 15th can be driven. Let's see if he goes for it. Oof. Well, they call that the whiplash, and when he whips that club back, it means he's really trying to hit it as far as he can. Oh, what a shot. He's carried it all the way onto the green. At 15, 313 yards, and there's not much of him. But in 1991, he was officially the longest driver on tour. That's a monumental blow. Well, that's a bad blow for Ronan Rafferty, a real flyer at 15. Could have been worse, just inadvertently caught the spectator who couldn't get out of the way. Never happens on the me play in the monthly medal. But Rafferty really getting a fierce bounce, that no bite at all. So the leader perhaps in trouble. Geppy managed to get out of that awful lie in the bunker at 17. Past the hole, this back for a birdie 4. Best finish so far this year, share of 4th place as Sanjerik in the BMW. Howard Clark would have seen that ball to Ronan Rafferty, isn't he? A little bit, well, he's going to be a little bit cautious here, I suspect. May get a flyer from the rough, just a wedge in. Pin cut towards the back. See plenty of run kicking forward there. And that's a fine shot.
That is unbelievable, that flag position. It's just silly, impossible.
The commentary is not particularly happy with it. He should be happy, he's pretty close to it. The 16th, Peter Heblom, has tucked his ball away to the left. Yet to make a top 10 finish this year, so this could well be the best week for him. Slightly blind second shot, but he's judged it well. .16, 385 yards. A run of par 4s that are all driving a wedge, or even, if you're Teravainen, just a driver. It was just a wedge. 14 for Rafferty, but awkward chip back. Not enough. Don't think that would have been light away. Tried to sort of bump and run it up. Couldn't pitch it on, obviously. It may be the first bogey of the day for Ronan. Whatever happens this afternoon, he's played himself into the Irish Alfred Dunhill Cup side alongside Philip Wharton and Darren Clark. And he's back to 14 under, 3-way tie now for the lead, but that could all be about to change. A birdie chance for Clark. Remember, Teravainen a hole ahead on the par 4 15th on the green in 1. And there you see, 3-way tie at the moment. Howard Clark in second so many times, lost to playoff in the Murphy's Irish Open to Sam Torrance, and runner-up 3 times last year. Just got to make himself, he's got to hit these putts, he's got to keep giving himself chances. All that bobble, but didn't matter. That was a good strike, and Howard Clark goes into the good positive putt, and no more than he deserved. And there he is, 2 under for the day, and now leading by 1 from his playing partner Rafferty. But remember, Teravainen, chance or even a putt for an eagle to go to the lead by 1. And this is Nicholas Fast. Struggling a little bit, couple over, and he needs a top 5 or 6 finish to secure his car for next year. Currently 143rd on the Volvo Order of Merit. That one a little careless. Name is pronounced Fast, though it's spelled F-A-S-T-H. Thank you, Stig Wetterling from Gothenburg. Took the trouble to phone me just after Saturday's broadcast and put me right on the pronunciation. It's always an awkward one. A colleague last week was referring to Per-Erik Johansson. The check was Stig, and he's absolutely right. That's the way they say it in Sweden, so Johansson it will be. Though not this week because he missed the cut. This was Teravainen at 15 yesterday. His second shot had gone across the green. He was in the bunker, and we talked earlier about some superb bunker play, and that was just about the pick of the bunker shots. In for a birdie 3.
Okay.
He's 39 years old, say 14 years on the tour. A couple of times second way back in 1984. Since then, just injury and stress. Bright boy is a Yale graduate. His wife is from Singapore. She's or was an air hostess. And it was Val who bought the medicated bandages, which have eased this crippling shin condition that he suffers from.
Hurry.
I think he's just baby that one slightly, and that's maybe the first sign of the pressure starting to mount. Deceptive hand action. He really does whip the club through when he wants to. Now here's Barry Lane, who again hasn't had one of those days. Yeah, it's the 8 under, and he started the day at 9, so he's 1 over for the day. This is for a level par 71. Desperate to retain his Ryder Cup place, and probably playing well enough, had he played like this all year, to have been in the side. But he's going to need a big finish at Stuttgart in next week's Volvo German Open. So a strong finish, an eagle at 17, but the damage done in those first 7 holes discarded 4 bogeys. Likewise, Darren Clark needing to finish strongly. You can just see it. You can see what it means to these players. Really couldn't be trying any harder. Darren currently 16th in the Johnny Walker Ryder Cup points table. You may have missed the news that Jose Maria Olazabal, playing in America, said even if he were to be given one of the 2 wildcard picks from Bernard Gallagher, he doesn't think he's fit enough, and the chances are almost certain that he would decline the offer. So to all intents and purposes, Olazabal out of the reckoning for Europe, and that's a blow. But he needs to get fit. Maybe he should concentrate on restoring his good health, or get rid of the foot problems. Nice touch right in the middle. And every hole is a bonus for Teravainen. I don't think he's well, it's over a decade since he's been anywhere like this position. But there he is at the top of the leaderboard with Howard Clark. It looks between those 2 and Ronan Rafferty now. And the odds must be on a playoff. Clark back on the 15th tee, and I think he's got the length or the inclination to really go for it. There's plenty of bunkers to catch you out. Nice to see this course in pristine condition. Last year, played 2 months later, frost, rain and fog. 3 greens were frozen for the first 3 days. They only played 15 holes and then preferred lines, and a shotgun finish to finally get the tournament over. Oh, he's given that a good crack. Not so far away into the sand, and that's not so bad. Indeed, had it been straight, that would have comfortably got onto the green. Just a narrow entrance, though. So the players will be quite happy to be in a greenside bunker. Now, Jean-Louis Guépy. This is for a round of 68. 3 under par to finish, and a good finish from the Frenchman. Could have been even better. A couple of bogeys at 12 and at 14. Rafferty at 15. Much shorter backswing. As he turned that round a little to the left, and he has it again, would just about have had the legs had it been straight. Would have got a kick on, but maybe we would have caught one of those 2 bunkers. You can see it's a narrow driving hole to start with, and then opens out. Santiago Luna, winner of the Madeiran Open earlier in the year, began the day at 9 under, and there's an eagle at 17. Eagle, yeah, 11. Rafferty getting no run at all with his ball and not getting much grip coming out of the rough. Now there's Heblom. Now where is he? He's on 17 and he's actually playing up the 5th fairway. Long way right off the tee there. You can see he's got to come back. See, the water was affecting his direct line. Wild tee shot, sensible second. May still pitch and putt for his par. That's Howard Clark's ball. So he's allowed on the European Tour to remove stones and loose impediments from the bunker. Can't do that on the Asian Tour, for instance, as Nick Faldo found out in Bali. You sometimes can do it at your own club. Check the local rules, though. Should be on the card. Oh, lovely touch again. Clark, who was playing the other week at Disbury and Andrew Murray's Pro-Am, Paul Eales set a new course record of 63. I think Howard has 66 or a 67. A lot of money raised for children's hospitals in the Manchester area, so very enjoyable day. Nice to see so many friends again at Disbury. Teravainen at 16 pushed his drive away to the right this time. And he's judged that perfectly, looking better all the time. And aching shins, dodgy knees, there's a spring in the step. Must be the waters at Marienbad. '18, 431 yards. A strong finish for Santiago Luna, a chance to finish 3-3. Now Rafferty birdie putt at 15. That was a good effort. Well, he's not really doing anything wrong, but he may be slipping behind. Because Howard Clark's putt is very makeable, and of course Peter Teravainen a hole ahead in birdie territory as well. Because Howard Clark, there's lots on offer for him this afternoon, maybe retaining his place in the Dunhill Cup side for the English trio. He played last year with Mark Rowe and Barry Lane, I believe. Yeah. Now he's finding a little bit of confidence in the putting stroke. There he is, into the lead. That's the way 16's played. You can see that water on the right and the bunkers. 2 left, 1 right. It doesn't really worry these players. They can mostly carry that. Oh, well, that's going left again. Rafferty put it left into sand on Saturday. I think he's done it again. Different bunker. He was on the bunker on the right of your picture. Teravainen taking a look with his caddy, and his caddy is Jimmy Ray, who mentioned Mark Rowe earlier. He's taking a rest from golf, so Jimmy, who parted company with Mark on the morning of the final day of the Scandinavian Masters, is now on the bag of Peter Teravainen, and unlikely combos that you lose a good bag, and I didn't quite fancy that one, did he? and you pick up the bag of some man who's missed 16 cuts. It's not a move your bank manager would perhaps recommend, but it may just bring a jackpot for Jimmy Ray. Experienced caddy, good man. Two holes to go for Teravainen, but I wonder if that miss could be costly. I suppose when you've only made less than £10,000 all year, even second place, £83,320 looks pretty attractive. This was Clark's tee shot at 16. He decided he was going to go with the iron.
Come on, go ahead.
He's pushed that away to the right. I think he may have been trying to be short of the water, maybe across the water. So for an iron for safety, that's not the swing he would have wanted to put on it. Luna. The green's not bad, but there are, rather like in Hamburg in the Deutsche Bank earlier this year, there are one or two sunken drains that just make some of the pin placements pretty tricky. It was very nearly a 3-3 finish for Luna, not to be though. Blom to go to 12 under. No, that's important. So Heblom looking for a big check. I don't think he can win it. Howard Clark leads by 1 from Peter Teravainen, but Clark has missed the 16th fairway to the right. Teravainen has a chance to pick up a shot at least at 17, and Ronan Rafferty needs to get a birdie or two in the closing 3 holes. Still plenty to play for here at Mariansky Lasny in the final round of the Chemapol Trophy Czech Open. Sam Torrance finished his round. He's still top of the order of merit, and we'll be back after the break. See you then. Howard Clark, tournament leader, second shot to 16. Been a little bit fortunate. Wide of the water. It could have been a lot worse. It is by 1 from Peter Teravainen, who's on the par 5 17 now. He can get up into this. Will be a whiplash. I don't want to do unusual swings on the Volvo Tour. Yama's springs to mind, but that's a long drive from Teravainen and brings the green within reach, and at this stage, important drive, and I do believe he's enjoying himself. I think Rafa just maybe caught the face off it, and he's into sand again, and his chances seem to be slipping away. Jose Rivero. Been one of those 72, 1 over par. He'll finish at 8 under. 62 on a day when he really needed a 66 or a 67. But not much happened. That one.
Right.
It's Stewart in from. Excuse me, I think. A bit right off the tee. Touch it underneath the branches. Nice. Smash it through. obviously the fairways are, and that's looking better all the time for the playoff in the Portuguese Open at Penhalonga up Hunt earlier in the year. Our Clark played pretty well there, had a finish as well. I think he's given that enough. He's coming down. Come on. A little bit, but it's very fast down there. See a long iron, 3 or 4 iron for Teravainen into 7. That's a beauty. He's carried it all again. 121 yards. And I guess at the start of the day, I'm thinking, well, who's going to win? Most people are saying, well, it will be Rafferty or Clark, and not too many chances to beat Teravainen, but he's got an outstanding opportunity now if he were to pop that one in for eagle. Oh no. Oh. 3 putts for Clark and Teravainen's chances are a lot better now. Thought he got it. Yeah, so just slid away and off the lip, so a bogey when he least wanted it for Clark. Ronan Rafferty for his part. You have 2 bunkers and it doesn't look as if it's Ronan's day. Could be this man's. Teravainen. Eagle 3 to go 7. He's joint leader at the moment with Clark's 3 putt. Again, he's not seemingly maybe because he's not been in this position so often. He's got nothing to lose. He hasn't got to worry about Ryder Cup. Today is a bonus for this man. This was how last putt. You see, he stayed down on it, looked to strike it right, and he was in at that point. And bumped away at the last. How expensive might that be? The difference between first and second, £40,000. Fancy his chances of making at 17. He's tweaked that one away to the left. That doesn't help. Come on. Side door, perhaps. Down the Carters at 4. And Peter Teravainen has gone into the lead. Just one. Peter. Important putt for the Swede. Got this for 69. Oh, well done. That'll be worth a few bob. Few krona. Good finish. Oh, birdie. 4 birdies in a row on the front 9, then he got excited and dropped a couple. Yeah, 18th play, the 3rd birdie of the week for Hedblom. It's a good closing hole, long enough challenging. That dog leg you can see to the right with that bunker on the left. It's a 69 also for Darren Clark. From Teravainen holding back on that one, important just to get it into play. Now, But again, he's hit it very well. Lit the middle of the fairway, really. So, Teravain, what the price you would have got on him at the start of the week? He leads by 1 from Howard Clark. Looks to be between those two now. Rafferty and Heblom battling for 3rd place. And Clark's got a drop from the molehills. You could just see on the lefty pitch, and he scuttled that one forward. Managed to get a free drop, which improved the line, and he's managed to run that forward. I'm not sure that's the best strike he's made all week, but you can see how if you're less than perfect from the tee and with your second, how that water can come into the reckoning. Ronan Rafferty also a little left off the tee. He needs an eagle. I suspect that he needs an eagle birdie finish, a 3-3 finish. It's possible. Chase this one up. He started it a little far left. Big bounce, and if he'd got the line right, he wouldn't have been far away.
We wedge, but you definitely sound on very far. No, right in between, huh? Exactly. 133.
He's got to take into account that the adrenaline must be pumping. Arms are sweating. Jimmy Ray, I think, just said, just put it on the putting surface. Pin you can see cut back right. Pull that nut. See, well, he would like to be an awful lot closer than that, let me tell you. But at least he's on the green. Maybe it's just sinking in. He'll be looking around at the leaderboards and 85 yards for Howard Clark, I think I heard. Now he has to make birdie here. Not easier to make it here than at 18.
It's just like a little rise, you know, at 9. Just where the flag was yesterday. Yeah, just so that's 9 over that, 79 over that.
Only a sand iron. You see that little ridge they were talking about, 9 yards on, just pulling up Howard Clark's ball. He needed to hop over that and would have been very close. Just caught it. Birdie would be invaluable for Nick Fast. Currently 143rd on the money list, so just £17,500, and he needs 43, 44 to finish top 120, keep his card, and avoid a trip to the tour score. Referee's been busy on this hole, dealing with Ronan Rafferty's line now. Let's go forward to 18. Yes, wants to get this one close. I'll say he's had a rush at that. Oh. Well, maybe he felt he had to hold it. He won't want to finish with a 3-putt. almost without exception. He's been so positive. It would have been so easy to just sort of drift away and settle for a top 20 finish, and that would have been a good effort considering his previous form this season. Just shows you that, you know, they're all good players on the Volvo Tour, and they're all capable of winning. Come on now, turn. Turn. Oh, well done. He's got the birdie he needed, and that makes up for the 3-putt at 16. And Peter Teravainen would have heard that. Pat on the back for the putter. Battling for Clark. Fast for a round of 72, which is a little disappointing. Oh, good finish over Mats. That may just have kept his card. And that's going to give him a share of 5th place and a check for nearly £25,000. And I'll say the quick equation is that one more cut's all he needs to make to be assured of his card, because they're all big money events from now on in. He's played quite beautifully all week. Open with a 67, then a 66, a third round 68, when a 75, 76 would have been almost understandable. Now he's got this for a 67 to set the target at 16 under to guarantee him at worst 2nd place, maybe a playoff, maybe a first ever win. Oh, well done. Oh, well done indeed. That was brave. That display all day long as being courageous. Beware the injured golfer. Look at that super round, just the one bogey at the 9th, and then he came back, picked up 3 birdies on the way home. There you go, and check his card, and then await just to see what can Howard Clark do, because he now needs a par at the last to force a playoff, a birdie to win. For Ronan Rafferty, needs a birdie at the last now to take outright 3rd from Peter Heblung, barring disasters for Howard Clark. So Teravainen sets the target. Howard Clark, a par to tie, a birdie for the first win in 7 years. We'll be back after the break for this exciting conclusion of the Czech Open. A place in the Ryder Cup side, a first win in 7 years, and the little matter of a check for £125,000, all resting on this 18th hole. A par for a playoff, a birdie for victory. Dogleg to the right, and again I think he's gone a little to the left, quite a long way to the left, and well, he may be okay. Almost a disaster, almost into the trees. Ronan Rafferty, joint leader at the start of the day. And the kind of drive that Howard Clark would have loved. So a par for a playoff. Already been a playoff today in the Challenge Tour event, the still cover Dutch Open. Warren Bennett of England winning that at the 2nd extra hole, beating Francisco Valera of Spain. But there, Peter Teravainen just trying to keep calm and collected. Was that Howard Clark's swing? Really not much wrong with it, maybe turned it over just a fraction. And he looks reasonably relaxed. I'm sure he won't be inside. Yeah, did ask for a drop. You can see the camera tower. Line of sight he wanted was denied him. Apparently if he'd been in the trees a little bit further left, it would have been on his line, but he's got to play it now.
Bouncing right.
Let's see if we can hear the discussions with the caddy.
Bouncing right.
No, no. Can you clear this one, pal?
I can't clear the bunker, no way.
No, not the bunker, I'm saying. Just bump over.
He's got to punch it up and play from the right-hand side in round 3. And play the sort of seaside punch and run. I think that's the sort of shot he's got to play.
No cameras, please, okay?
No cameras at all.
Hit it hard and get it running up onto the putting surface. That's left. I think he would have got there had it been straight, but he can a little left and he's 35 yard bunker shot. Right, there you go. Oh. Wow, brilliant shot from Rafferty. A case of a little too late, but well, he's had 2 good weeks. Not sure that win can be so far away. Tossing the club back. It's Tuesday and Wednesday at Addington Court and Selsdon Park, the southern region of the PGA. Their championship, admission free, so if you're in South London, pop along and have a look at some of the club crews. Quite a few of them can play very well indeed, believe me. Well, if he wins, Howard Clark has played his way into the Ryder Cup side. There will be no doubt about that. Even if he were to be second, he'd give himself an outstanding chance of being in the side for the 6th time. I think he's laying odds with Ronan Rafferty. Ronan Rafferty with his chance got nice to see, because Ronan can't win this, but he's trying to relax and just ease the path for Howard Clark. If Peter Teravainen were to win, it'd be very popular with most of the pros as well. Well, he has to get up and down for a playoff. If he holds this, he's won. Of course, not dissimilar to the Dutch Open, I guess, a few weeks ago, when an American, in that case Scott Hoke, sat in the clubhouse watching a British player, in that case Sam Torrance, bunkered at 18. Kick forward, pretty good. Giving himself a chance. Don't forget, next week the Volvo German Open, the last counting event for the Ryder Cup. All 4 days here on the Eurosport, 2 hours each day in the evening. So much still to be decided. And then on the Monday, at Wentworth, Bernard Gallagher will name his 2 wild cards. Jose Maria Olazabal pretty well ruling himself out. Nick Faldo, I think, almost certain to get one of the cards. Who would you pick, though? Ian Woosnam, Jesper Parnevik? Only Bernard knows. I think Ronan Rafferty maybe a little bit closer than Howard Clark, but he's going to get his ball out of the way. This is for outright third. It's for a round of 70. Third place, its own worth just under £47,000, a few thousand more than first place in Austria last week. This is the 3rd richest tournament on the Volvo Tour. He's had that kind of day. Yeah, he really hasn't played that badly, but not much has happened for Ronan. So he's going to have to settle for a share of third. And with Peter Heblom, they each win 42,220. You see a good start from Rafferty again, but not much happened on the back nine. Indeed, a couple of bogeys as well to add to his woes. Howard Clark then for a playoff. There he look. The answer's no. Now take your time, Howard. Oh, hit it. Hit it. He hasn't hit it, and that's a bogey 5. Second place yet again for Howard Clark. When oh when will he win again? Hey, what a great moment for this man, though. Very much one of the chorus line. 14 years on tour, and suddenly it's all his Christmases have come at once. Disappointment for Howard Clark. He may be getting used to that, but Peter Teravainen wins by £125,000, rockets from 169th up to 18th in the Volvo Order of Merit. Let's quickly give you the Ryder Cup ramifications. Top 5, Montgomery, Langer, Torrance, Rocker, Ballesteros are short of their places. David Guilford still holds on to 6th. Howard Clark's now in 7th place, just under £2,000 behind Guilford. Mark James goes to 8th from 9th place. Ulrik Johansson slips from 7th to 9th, having missed the cut. Philip Walton just hangs on to 10th place, but Miguel Angel Jimenez, who withdrew this week, he will have to have a good finish next week in Germany. He's at about £3,000, just under £3,000 behind Walton. Darren Clark in 14th, up from 16th. Barry Lane down 2 to 15, and Jose Rivero down from 14 to 16. But much still to happen next week in Stuttgart. Should be a cracking 4 days, and don't forget, all 4 days, 2 hours each day on Eurosport. If we just take a look through the other scores, Sandy Lau, a better day for him. He would need to win next week, and even then, that might not be quite enough. Mark Litton, a 64 on day 2, £3,000 from Johnny Walker for a new course record at Marianski Lasny. So it's been a terrific week, a fairy tale for Peter Teravainen, who would have backed the American, but absolutely wonderful for him. A day that he will always remember. Howard Clark second again. Teravainen the winner of the 1995 Chemapol Trophy, Czech Open. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage on Eurosport. I'm Steve Beddoe, and I'm looking forward to the Volvo German Open in Stuttgart all 4 days, and I hope that you join me on Thursday evening for the first of those 4 days. Look forward to your company then. Until then, from the Czech Open, take care, goodbye, see you Thursday.
The Volvo Tour was brought to you by Volvo.